You may have heard recently that not one, but two whistleblowers at Boeing were found dead. One was John Barnett. John had retired from Boeing, but was testifying about issues he discovered and reported to management while he was employed at Boeing. The other, Josh Dean, worked for a Boeing supplier and similarly reported on issues that he learned of and tried to bring to management's attention, but to no avail. So today we're going to talk about both of those whistleblowers, what they had to say, and then what protections are in place to protect people such as Mr. Dean and Mr. Barnett so that they are not afraid to come forward. My name is Bob Goodman from Parrish and Goodman. We handle whistleblower cases. We know what to do, how to do it, to make sure you're protected and potentially earn a financial reward for doing the right thing. So first, we'll talk about John Barnett. John Barnett retired from Boeing in 2017. In 2019, he started to come forward with issues regarding quality control and manufacturing at Boeing. Mr. Barnett's first complaint was that Boeing was using substandard parts in its manufacturing process. And the process required that they use or make parts fit that weren't really designed for that function. Additionally, Mr. Barnett was concerned that there were issues with the oxygen mask system, in that up to 25% of them would not work correctly when needed. Now, Boeing said none of those oxygen systems were actually placed into use. Mr. Barnett disagrees. Boeing was under huge pressure to meet sales targets, stock prices, customer demands, meaning airline orders from various airlines. Mr. Barnett's claims referred to the 787 Dreamliner, which was a very large plane with a lot of demand from various airlines around the world. During the FAA's investigation into Boeing, Mr. Barnett had testified under oath in a deposition. Boeing's attorneys had been asking him questions and his own attorney cross-examined him. He was supposed to continue his deposition the next day, but he didn't show up. Later, his body was found in a vehicle in a hotel parking lot. Authorities say he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Josh Dean worked for Spirit Aerosystems. Spirit Aerosystems was a major supplier to Boeing. Mr. Dean complained about improperly drilled holes in the fuselages of the Boeing 737 MAX. You may remember when the window blew out on an Alaska Airlines flight in January. It turned out that originally that was supposed to be an exit door, but this particular aircraft had a modified design and that exit door wasn't required. However, a plug was put into the hole where the exit door was, and the bolts were either not right, they were loose, or there was some type of failure that allowed that plug to blow out. Fortunately, nobody was injured or killed. The seat next to that window that blew out was empty. Had somebody been sitting in that seat, it could have been a different story. After that, those planes were grounded. Mr. Dean testified that his employer, Spirit Aerosystems, told employees not to come forward with complaints so that the production line would keep going, so there were no delays in production or delivery of new jets. Mr. Dean also testified that he was terminated by his employer as a result of bringing up these issues and potentially slowing production down. Mr. Dean died from MRSA. Now, we're not here to create conspiracy theories, but it's just kind of odd that he died shortly after Mr. Barnett allegedly killed himself. If you are considering bringing forward claims similar to what Mr. Dean and Mr. Barnett did, but are worried about retaliation, just know that there are state statutes that protect you from being retaliated against for doing the right thing. But it can be a minefield, and before you do it, you should probably speak to somebody who's experienced in whistleblower cases and whistleblower protection. Although it may seem simple, being a whistleblower is not easy. It can be a complex minefield that you have to navigate through. If you feel there are illegal or improper activities going on in the workplace where you're employed, make sure you journalize them, take notes, Write down dates and times. Memories fade, people leave, and if you're going to be a whistleblower, it's important to have details of who, what, when, and where. So under most statutes, if they fire you after you've reported an illegal act or unethical behavior by the company, you can bring a claim under various whistleblower protection acts. These are statutes that are designed to protect an employee from being terminated for doing the right thing. If you feel that you're a whistleblower or believe that you should become one, before doing anything, give us a call, schedule a time to meet with us so we can guide you through the potential minefield. There's no cost for consultation, and if we don't think we can win your case, we'll tell you up front.